Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about how to place a fan on a natural lash. We'll first start out with our mannequin face and we'll go ahead and use our tweezers to show you guys. So first off, it's kind of where you want the placement of the fan to be. So actually you can go ahead and put the fan on the side, on top, on bottom. It really doesn't matter. It's really up to your technique and what you're comfortable with. But we'll kind of show you guys how to do each one. So we really like a bottom placement, but sometimes wiggling on the side is easier for a lash wrap, which we'll talk about. Sometimes when you're first starting out, putting it right on top is going to be easiest. So whatever works for you, but we're going to go ahead and show you guys. So let's go in and first isolate that one lash. Let's say you're isolated just like that. If you were to go behind, just bring that fan under that natural lash and you're going to go upwards, right? So you bring it down, you go upwards, and you cup that natural lash from the bottom, just like that. So go behind, and then you would cup it upwards, right? If you're going from the side, you could go either side. You just go ahead, bring it right next to that natural lash, bring it in like this, and kind of wiggle it to make sure it's in. If you're going the other way, bring it in like so, and cup it sideways, wiggle it in just like that. And if you were to just place right on top, that's nice and easy too. Just go right on top of it, start moving down. As soon as you touch it, wiggle it in, and you would let go. We obviously don't have glue on here because we wanted to show you all three, but you would really be able to feel that attachment no matter if you're going from the top, from the side, or from the bottom, right? So again, anything is totally fine. It's really up to you and your technique, but we would say if you're first starting out, it might just be easiest to go on top. When you get more advanced, an under placement is great, a side placement is awesome too. When you're doing something such as like a lash wrap, we feel like going from the side really ensures it, but we'll talk more so about that as well. Right now, we want to talk about the amount of glue that you want to dip in. We would say that the right amount of glue to dip in to a classic lash or a volume lash fan would just be no more than maybe, let's say, 1 millimeter, right? This is already kind of dipped in, but we will show you once again. And this we would say is 1 millimeter of glue. So you just want to go in 1 millimeter and then just pull out like so. If you have excess glue and it's too much, you can always use these little like ridges in the ring and kind of remove some excess. But we would say the amount that is on here is the perfect amount of glue, like that. You shouldn't see any clumps. It shouldn't go too high where it's closing the fan. Just 1 millimeter of glue is the perfect amount, just like so. When it comes to lash wrapping, like we said, we'll go ahead and actually do an example for you. Side placement might just be the easiest and best for a lash wrap because it really allows you to wiggle in. You could do it from the top and the bottom too, but we would say for us, going from the side is the easiest. So go right into the side. Once you place it in, you can just wiggle the lash inwards, just like that. Make sure that it's in there. Lash wrapping really does take a lot of practice and is definitely a more advanced artist technique that you have to get down. It's really hard to explain, but you will feel it. You will feel the little lashes wrapping onto that natural lash, and you're gonna definitely feel it when you pull at it and see how secure that fan is on that natural lash. That's really how you can tell. But essentially, if you were to have like a lash like this and this was your natural lash, it should cup it no matter where you're going. It should really cup that natural lash like so. Lash wrapping is definitely the best type of placement that you want because it's really going to ensure that the extension is on there. Another thing that we recommend is if you are starting out or if you just want to improve your placement, go ahead and use some sort of sponge. We have our square sponge or our rectangle sponge, and we have our circular sponges, because with these sponge, they really force you to keep the fan straight when it's on there. And it kind of teaches you how to ensure that you're holding it there long enough so that the fan does not move. So as you can see, dip it in 1 millimeter of glue. I place it on there. If the placement is not good, then the fan would have moved from side to side, but as you can see, it's completely on there. This is a good placement for the fan onto the sponge, so it's not moving, it's not tilting. I can pull at it and it's not going anywhere. And that's a really great way for you guys to practice your placement too, especially when you're first starting out. Alright, you guys, so this is our lovely client and she is in need of a fill. So we thought we would show you guys what is a good example of a lash that can be lashed versus one that maybe you should leave because it's still growing. So something like a lash like this is going to be good to lash. It's nice and strong, big and healthy, so you could definitely lash this. Let's go ahead and find maybe a smaller one that's growing. These are also great examples of lashes that can be lashed. Again, they're definitely grown out and long and healthy, so you want to go ahead and lash them. So something like this, you can tell that the lash is shorter than the other lash and that it's growing. So if it's something like this, we would say let it be, let it grow, fill it in for the next fill. But for this fill, we'll go ahead and not lash this natural lash right here. So that's different examples of lashes that you should lash. See, this one's a really long one compared to that versus, let's say, this one down here is a really short one. So again, lashes are going to be falling out, they're going to grow, so you want to make sure you leave something like this alone and let it be and let it grow. Okay, so that's kind of all about placement. We hope that helps. Let us know if you guys have any questions or concerns. Make sure to check out the blog post that will go into even more information about placement, and we will see you guys next time. Bye!